So I talk about dirty talk all the time and how it's one of the best things you could possibly do to improve your sexual performance, to increase the quality of your sex. But does comedian Nikki Glaser know what she's talking about when it comes to dirty talk? Well, today we're going to find out. My name is Alex, I'm a sex coach, and today we're watching this short little clip of a podcast where Nikki Glaser, the famous comedian, is giving advice on dirty talk. I'm going to see if I agree with it, see if what she says is right, and see if you guys should be incorporating what she says to do. So if that sounds interesting, or you're a fan of Nikki Glaser, then watch this video and subscribe and do all that cool stuff, because that's awesome.
This girl wrote in because so girls write in DMs, or guys who write in DMs, normally girls, but she was like, this guy told me he's really into dirty talk. So I'm dirty talking and he's completely silent. I'm dirty talk monologuing to myself.
Yes.
And like he came and didn't say anything and she was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the time guys are afraid to dirty talk because they're afraid to say the right or say the wrong thing, and they're afraid if they say like, you are a dirty whore and I'm gonna bang you like crazy. That's the PG version. They're afraid that the girl's gonna be like, ew, you freak, get off me, I don't want that, when in reality that's pretty much what women want in dirty talk. They want something to listen to. Now, just dirty talking itself is going to enhance the experience for that girl, even if she is dirty talk monologuing, because it kind of forces her to be in that moment, to be present, to be thinking of things to say and relating it to the sex they were having. So that's going to enhance the experience just a little bit, but not getting any feedback, any response after the dirty talk, that is a sex killer, because not only are they putting in all this effort into dirty talking and not getting anything back, but just no feedback in general is not a good thing in sex. You want to be moaning, you want to be complimenting them, you want to be saying that feels amazing, giving them something. Otherwise, they think what they're doing is not working, and they think that it's just a waste of time, and it's not going to be engaging, it's not going to be fun for them if they think they're constantly trying to like impress you or do something to get a response out of you if you're not responding. So if you're a guy and you're not dirty talking, then you're basically killing your sex life. So start dirty talking. Have the courage to do it. Don't just make your partner do it like this. That's ridiculous.
I bet this girl thought he was into dirty talk because he was into dirty texting. Now, it doesn't always translate. You'll talk to a guy that is very, very verbal on text and talks a good game, and then you get in person, you're like,
this
will
is
you
what
say anything?
I'm saying. Or the guys that they sext you, and then in person they're like making love to you, and you're like, get off of me.
No, choke me like you said
Please.
you would. Yes.
God.
So yeah, I think this comes down to courage. It comes down to being afraid. I think the guys, since text is more of like an indirect thing and you can kind of like pre-write all your messages, make sure they sound perfect before you send them, and then you're in the sexual experience, you have to be spontaneous, you have to come up with these things just out of nowhere pretty much. You have to just say what you're feeling, say how you think, tell them what you want them to do. And it's a lot more pressure, trust me, because I've been there. When I first started dirty talking, I was extremely scared. I was extremely anxious to say anything, even the most ridiculous thing like, oh yeah, I like that, or oh, do you like that? Or like, you like that, don't you? And that was like mind-blowing, and I had so much anxiety, my heart's racing, and I couldn't do it. It was too stressful. Well, I did do it, but I couldn't do it for an extended period of time. I'm just sitting there thinking like, okay, say it. And then I'm thinking, oh, no, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it's not the right time. Oh, say it. And then the second I did say it, it was like received extremely well, and my sexual partner loved it. And so that's basically what it is. It comes down to courage. Have the courage to do this. If you're already getting positive responses from the sexting, imagine how much they're going to love it in real life when there's actually a human connection involved. It's going to enhance it so much more. It's going to make your sex amazing. It's going to take it from a 1 to like an 11.
I hooked up with this one guy, and I literally was like, he was quiet the whole time. And to be fair, I wasn't talking a good game. I like being talked at. I like to be told to shut up and like told what, like,
Sure.
I want to take a break.
For
you
sure.
know?
We talk all day long, every day.
I want to be told, shut your mouth and take this, you dumb, stupid.
Yes,
Like,
and that's what every woman really wants.
I mean, for life, forever.
And it's marriage material.
Not every time, but I like that kind of talk sometimes.
I wouldn't say go into every sexual situation calling your partner a whore, a dumb, dirty whore, and telling them to suck your penis right away. I would say it's probably individual preference, and you should talk to your partner, see what they like, and that kind of stuff. And you can use the texting, the sexting, to kind of figure that out. So if you are degrading, insulting, and sexting, and they're like, I don't know about that, then don't do that in real life. If they really love that, then they're probably going to love it in real life. So that can be kind of your gauge. You're kind of testing the water with the sexting.
But this guy, I didn't want this guy to say that to me per se, but I definitely wanted to hear, I think the best things of dirty talk are, Dan, what's his name? The sex therapist guy, Dan Savage, always says, for dirty talk, the key points are say what you're gonna do, say what you're doing, and say what you just did. So I'm gonna f you so hard. I'm f***ing you so hard right now. I just f***ed you so f***ing hard. Like, just, if you have nothing else to say, just talk about what you're gonna do, what you are doing, and what you've done.
More great advice.
That is phenomenal advice and a great formula to use if you are new to dirty talk and you've never done it before. And it's stuff that I still do. I'll say, I want to do this, or I want you, just in general, I want you so badly. Or I'll say observations about the experience, like, you are so wet, you're so horny, aren't you? That kind of stuff, or what I'm doing. And I'll also do the other thing, like, you loved that, didn't you? Because you're a dirty whore, if my partner is into that kind of talk. So I think saying how you feel and saying what you're doing is the best option, I would say, because you want to be genuine, you don't want to be making stuff up, so it should be stuff that you feel is going on. So I want to make a point about dirty talk in that it doesn't have to be this vulgar stuff. Dirty talk to me is just any verbal communication through a sexual experience. So saying what you're going to do, saying what you're doing, and then saying what you did, that's all fine. And it doesn't have to be as vulgar as Nikki Glaser goes into. It can just simply be like you like that, don't you? Or wow, I can see that you're so horny. Anything like that. But you should also be saying how you feel. And these things don't have to be dirty. They don't have to be degrading. You just say, that feels so good. Or I love when you do that. Or I know you love when I do that. And it's these simple things. They're not dirty in nature. It's just kind of verbal communication happening during sex. Those things as well are going to enhance the experience by a huge margin. So don't forget to do that. So you can do the action things like Nikki Glaser said, that sex therapist was saying, and also just say how you feel and say what you're experiencing. And it doesn't have to be dirty, and you're going to have amazing sex, and it's going to be awesome. So
I will speak for me as a woman. I want to hear how hot I am, how much you want to f me, me. Out of all the girls, let's say we went to a party that night. You were the hottest girl in the room. I was thinking about bending you over and f***ing you next to that punch bowl. Right. Are there even punch bowls anymore?
I don't know.
Was there ever punch bowls?
Yeah, I was thinking about fisting you next to that punch bowl. No, like, I just thought of punch and
punch. Yeah.
But like, you want to hear, like, so I hooked up with this guy where we were at a party right beforehand, and I was like, so what were you thinking about me when you saw me tonight? And he's just like, I saw you tonight. And I was just like, okay, how hot was I tonight? You were so hot tonight. I'm like, can you elaborate at all? It felt like I was doing Mad Libs. Like, you are so blank hot, adjective, like, just, and he couldn't do it.
So yes, that's another facet of dirty talk. You can give them compliments. And that is kind of going along the lines of saying how you feel in the situation. You're so hot, you make me so horny, all that kind of stuff. Even though it's not like dirty in nature, where it's like these vulgar words, these sexual words or curse words, it is just that communication during sex that is going to enhance the experience so much. And compliments are going to do it. If you're giving good feedback, positive feedback, you think they're not going to enjoy that sexual experience? Of course they are. They're going to love that sexual experience. They're going to think it's amazing. They're going to want more of it with you. If you give them a positive experience, or you're giving them good feedback and you're turning them on by dirty talking, by saying what you feel, saying what you're doing, and you're keeping them engaged in that experience, that's going to rock their world, and they're going to be like, this guy knows what they are doing, and I want to have more sex with him.
Guys are really good on text.
Oh, yeah, it's because they have time to think about it. I mean, let's be honest.
Yes,
I'm good on
text too.
Yeah.
Yep.
In person, I'm like,
I know, I'm so
Love
charming
the dick,
on text.
like, and I can't.
And on stage and on, radio. I'm so entertaining and so, but when I get with the guy, I'm just so bad, like intimately.
We just did a whole episode about how I think I'm terrible at sex, just because like
you probably are,
right? Like just must be.
So yeah, like I said before, it is easier to text these things, it's easier to craft your perfect message that took you 30 minutes to construct and send that message, and it sounds hot, it sounds amazing, you are a natural literotica author when you are sending via text message. It's a whole different animal when you're in a sexual experience and you have to say these things out loud to someone. They're right in front of you. You may be inside them at that point. That is a whole different animal. It's a whole different mindset, and it takes a lot of courage. And that's all it is. You just have to have the courage to do it. I think if you are afraid to do it, once you do it, you will see how positive the response is, and then you will no longer be afraid. It's just kind of getting over that first time where you think it's going to be awkward, where you think you're not going to say the right thing. These things will come naturally. And I will say, if you have sex with the same sexual partner, you are in a relationship, you can practice these things, get comfortable with that single person, and just express yourself and say whatever you want. And those experiences where you are extremely comfortable, those are going to be the best sexual experiences. So there's another strategy. Sleep with monogamy. That's a cool thing, isn't it? Still, I feel like it's not anymore, but should be. Okay, it should be.
Have you ever been in a relationship?
No.
Okay, so you're definitely bad at sex.
Definitely, right?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
I didn't get good at sex until I was 24, and I was in my first relationship. Before that, I was just getting jackhammered around the nation.
That is so true. That's just what I said. If you are in a relationship, you have the time to practice with that person, get to know that person, get comfortable with that person, and have tailored sexual experiences because you're talking about sex with that person. You're saying what you like and what you don't like. Otherwise, if you're having casual sex, you're just going to be getting jackhammered like Nikki says, and there's not going to be that much consideration into your pleasure. So if you want better sex, dirty talk, and do it in a relationship. Stick with someone that you care about, that you love, that you want to have sex with over an extended period of time. Those are going to be the best sexual experiences. You're going to learn the most from them. You're going to get over any insecurities, any awkwardness, any anxieties that you may have about the sex, because you can just be with that person. You know them, you know they're not going to judge you, and you can just be yourself. And that is going to be the most liberating, amazing sexual experiences, and you will be able to provide the best sexual experiences to that partner. So Nikki Glaser, she seems to know what she's doing when it comes to dirty talk, so good on her. I hope you guys learned a lot today. I think this was a pretty informative video, so I'm happy about it. She's given some good advice out there. So dirty talk, go do it. But before you do that, go subscribe, leave me a like, and come back for more videos. That would be pretty awesome. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my analysis. I hope you learned something, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.